Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 680, November the 4th, 2023, 5:20 p.m. Saturday afternoon. What's going on? Hope you guys had having a great, wonderful weekend so far. I know I haven't. And it's been great. A lot of crazy stuff I did today, and I'll be able to get some sleep tonight, I think. It's been a long day. Ended up coming home, getting some lunch, taking a shower, and watch some Crown Jewel. And we're going to talk about what happened on Crown Jewel. What an event this was, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't wait for the fallout, man. It's going to be crazy. Especially on SmackDown, it's going to get even crazier. And you'll see what I mean when I talk about this. It kicked off with the pre-show matchup. Sami Zayn going one-on-one with J.D. McDonough. And Sami Zayn ended up beating J.D. McDonough. The World Heavyweight title to kick it off, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. And this was a matchup, this was a great matchup. McIntyre-Rollins went back and forth. Rollins is back and everything else. But no matter what, what happens, man, they keep kicking out of finishing maneuvers and all that. It was a great matchup. But in the end, Seth Rollins does retain the title. Damian Priest attempts to cash in. But Sami Zayn in a hoodie, Zayn came back out, attacking Priest, grabs the briefcase, and runs off with it. Which is really, really funny. Now that, Damian Priest knows that as long as Sami Zayn holds that briefcase, Damian Priest can't cash it in until he has that briefcase. So, it's going to be a lot of issues there. Then there was the Fatal 5-Way for the Women's World title. Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. And this was a heck of a matchup. And this could have gone either way. In fact, I'm impressed with Shayna Baszler. She got two ladies in an ankle lock with her legs. Got Nia Jax in her Kirifuda clutch. So he figured, she got Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley in ankle locks. Nia Jax in her Kirifuda clutch. You would know that if one of these ladies taps out, she becomes the champion. But you forgot, if it was a fatal 4-way, this would have been a different situation. But it was a 5-way. Zoe Stark made sure that tap out did not go down. And this, I gotta tell you, this was a heck of a matchup. In the end, though, Rhea Ripley did retain her championship. My pick was either for Rodriguez or Ripley, but Ripley did retain. What does that mean now? A little bit more on the subject in the women's division in the WWE. John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. Now, a lot of people are saying that John Cena is the greatest of all time. A lot of folks are saying it. Probably in the modern era, sure, but that's debatable. And I'll tell you why. Even Alex Putnam said that it's, and he tweeted out it's an insult. I kind of agree because you're talking about, I think the WWE, everything, people saying he's the greatest of all time, but I don't know. I respect John Cena. He's one of the greatest of all time. One of them, because there's so many out there that's probably better than him. Bret the Hitman Hart. I can go Bruno Sammartino. I can go Hulk Hogan, Bob Backlund. I can go Ric Flair, Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's a long list of guys that could be known as the greatest of all time. And it's a very, very tough call to make. So, jumping to conclusions, John Cena, I don't know. One of the greatest, but not the greatest. Not the greatest, You put Roman Reigns in that category. This is a tough call to make of who is the greatest of all time in WWE history. That's a very debatable subject, mind you. So it is very, very tough to even make a call on who would, if people had their own opinions, maybe they would say John Cena. Some would say The Undertaker. Some would say The Rock. Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kurt Angle. I can go on. I can go on, a list of people who could be the greatest of all time. But John Cena, one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest. I didn't say the greatest, one of the greatest. Because there's a long list of dudes that could contend for him. He went up against Solo Sikoa. And Solo Sikoa, after 11, count him. I thought Cena getting suplexed by Brock Lesnar. There's another guy, getting suplexed by Brock Lesnar 16 times was bad. John Cena ate 11 Samoan spikes for Sikoa to pick up the win. That's crazy. Then the Miz TV had a guest, Ibrahim Al-Ajash, who is the one of the biggest movie stars in Saudi Arabia of today. Saudi Arabian movie stars today. They talk. He was a big Miz TV fan. And then that idiot Grayson Waller. You talking about Swamp Donkey? He's the biggest Swamp Donkey of all. Grayson Waller interrupts him and the Miz. They went at it. And they both beat up on Waller. Got to the point where, Miz hits Waller with the skull-crushing finale, and Al-Ajash did the people's elbow, which is really, really cool. I'm sure The Rock would appreciate that. But anyways, Logan Paul before a match was driving a buggy through the sand deserts in Saudi Arabia. Then he drove it to the arena, and the United States title was on the line, Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, I picked Rey Mysterio to win this thing, but I never expected. This was a great matchup until Logan Paul's manager, Jeff, handed him some brass knucks. Santos Escobar saw that. He said, not on my watch. Then he grabbed the brass knucks, and then he accidentally threw it down at ringside. He actually threw it in the ring by accident and was chasing Jeff to the back. Logan Paul picked up the brass knucks as Rey Mysterio hit him with a 619 and then went to go to West Coast Pop. Logan Paul punched him, pinned him. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we have a winner and new United States champion, Logan freaking Paul. I'm not kidding you. I mean, I'm trying to say freaking to, I'm not trying to swear or anything, but Logan Paul's going to learn. That boy is going to learn. That Beavis-looking butthead's going to learn. When you have a championship, you get a humongous target on your back. And when a YouTuber walks in, he trained in wrestling and comes in and wins the title, you're going to have a big target on your back. And Santos Escobar says he'll get him. If I were Nick Aldis, I would see what happened and said, okay, you can offer Rey Mysterio a rematch or give the shot to Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar, it's about time he wears a title in the WWE. A lot of people, I'm not very happy of Logan Paul being United States champion. Come on now. That Beavis-looking butthead, Bryce Harper on crack, the dude is going to learn. He's going to learn very quickly. So, Jackie Redmond interviewed Bianca Belair. And, Bianca Belair says she's ready to beat Io Sky to get her title back. Then the women's matchup, Io Sky was playing the smart game with Bianca Belair. She knows to take the power game out because Bianca Belair is very, very strong. I mean, she did that, British Bulldog like delayed vertical suplex. Io Sky, was playing the smart game. She knew how to take out Bianca Belair by the legs. She's done that. You take out the legs, you take out the power game for Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair's hair was also a detriment to her. And so Bayley obviously got involved in a match. And I thought, Damage Control was barred from ringside. But so Bayley came out, and then Bayley, Bianca Belair had the match and was outside the ring dealing with Bayley, and as she was carrying Bayley to hit her with a KOD on the table, somebody pulled Bayley off, and I thought it was Dakota Kai. But it wasn't Dakota Kai. It was Kairi Sane. She is back in the WWE. And then she attacked Bianca Belair and set up, set her up for Io Sky's moonsault. And Io Sky retains the title. Thanks to... Now, Bayley had no idea she was going to be there. Io had no idea, but Io was happy that she was there. Is this a new alliance? Is this a new alliance to be made? Maybe she doesn't mind Kairi Sane's help, but she's sick of Bayley. I was seeing Damage Control splitting apart and having Kairi and Io, and now with Asuka on SmackDown. Now, there was rumors that Kairi was going to be on Raw. No. It will be, Kairi's going to be on SmackDown, so she'll ultimately work with Asuka and Io. And rumor has it that Jade Cargill is going to be on Monday Night Raw. If that's the case, with Rhea Ripley retaining her title, I see something going on. And Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch faced off, did a little face-off with confrontations, a couple confrontations, short ones, albeit. But let me tell you, this is going to be very interesting for both women's divisions. And it'll be a very interesting situation if Asuka finds out that her tag team partner is back. Kairi Sane is back. And if you have a faction with her, Io, and Asuka, it's going to be fun. And I'll be backing up that faction if that happens. So, and Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Damian Priest not in a very good mood after Sami Zayn made off with absconded with his briefcase. There was a heck of a match between these two. Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Madonna came back to get involved. Jey Uso came down, kicks all three, chases them off with a steel chair. Cody Rhodes wins and continues his story. Then the Universal title was on the line. Roman Reigns versus LA Knight, yeah. And Sikoa returns, but the officials were holding them off, giving Jimmy Uso a chance to get involved, helping out Roman Reigns. But then after taking out LA Knight, Roman Reigns is still your Universal Heavyweight Champion. So in my picks and predictions, I am 6-3. I knew Kairi Sane was going to come back, but which match was she going to get involved in? So, and Bayley was the one that took Kairi out 3 years ago. And Kairi Sane looks very serious this time. So, this is going to be something. The women's division of SmackDown is going to go right through the roof. Even if Jade Cargill goes to Monday Night Raw, her and Rhea Ripley, one-on-one in a matchup, that'll be a collision. But again, so my highlight of Crown Jewel, the return of Kairi Sane. So that's all this time we have on this show. Episode 980 is complete. On episode 981, episode 61 of Card Shark Saturdays will be on. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.